panelists who are going to be present today and who will be also sharing their views on the Atl Tinkering Marathon and the vision of their own organization with respect to promotion of innovation, entrepreneurship across the country. I hope every one of you who has logged on is safe and sound and following the safeguards to be practiced during these very difficult COVID-19 times. And I do look forward to this particular COVID-19 getting solved quickly. I'm sure it will come to pass. But in the meantime, I am amazed at the tremendous enthusiasm with which the student community in all the schools have been reacting to the digital technology that is made available to them through various media and being utilizing them for the purposes of learning. They have not allowed their learning to be diminished, their appetite for learning to be abated in any manner, and it has been wonderful to see this. And so, without more ado, this is a very important day for all the students who have logged on to this call. And I'm especially very grateful to all the people who have come from our partners, the Atl Innovation Mission partners who have joined in, because without their help, none of the initiatives of Atl Innovation Mission will succeed. As every one of you know, the Atl Innovation Mission is a flagship initiative of the Government of India, started by the Honorable Prime Minister himself. This started just as about 3 years ago, towards the end of 2016, early 2017, Atl Innovation Mission was launched. And the idea was, how do you focus on two things? One is create a culture of innovation across the length and breadth of a country in the young students who are coming out from schools, who are there in the universities, who are also entering into the industry. And secondly, how do you create an ecosystem of entrepreneurship so that young, innovative, talented minds have an opportunity to express their creative capability, their innovation through the tinkering, through the world-class incubators that we are setting up in the universities and in the industry. So with this, Atl Innovation Mission adopted a holistic approach. At the school level, it was very important for us to be able to nurture and create and instill a culture of problem solving, innovative thinking in our young students. We have 1.4 million schools in our country. We have over 640,000 secondary, higher secondary and higher secondary schools in our country. We have 715 districts. We have 4,000 towns. We have 150 million young students who are going to be entering into the workplace over the next 5 to 10 years. We have what every country envies, what is called as a demographic dividend. A very young country, and it's going to remain young with more than 65% of its population under 35 years old. But this demographic dividend needs to be harnessed. This youthful energy needs to be harnessed by every one of us, and we have to provide avenues, and we have to provide the ability for the young children to acquire a problem-solving, innovative mindset so that we become a nation of entrepreneurs, a nation of job creators, and not just job seekers. We cannot talk of entrepreneurship if you do not create a culture of innovation. And that is why we launch thousands of adult tinkering labs across the country. And these adult tinkering labs are dedicated innovation workspaces where the latest of technologies like 3D printing, robotics, IoT, miniaturized electronics, augmented virtual reality, do-it-yourself kits are implemented in all these schools so that young children who are all logged onto this call have an ability and an opportunity to look at problems in and around the community that they live in, identify these problems, and try to solve these problems using these technologies, and thereby acquire an inquisitive, curious, imaginative, and an innovative mindset, which is going to stand them in good stead when they go into the universities. When they go into the universities, Atl Innovation Mission is setting up world-class incubators, which will foster world-class startups. We have already launched 5,100 Atl Tinkering Labs across 660 districts of our country. And in order to promote this tinkering capability and the knowledge and the problem-solving capability, in all the schools, we have a number of interventions. We launch what are known as Atl Tinkering Challenges at the school level, Atl Tinkering Fest at the regional level, and Atl Tinkering Marathons at a national level. Now, what happens is during these, every year, since its inception, every year we used to run the Atl Tinkering Marathon, where we used to identify a set of challenges for the students to participate and create innovations related to those challenges. We often gave them 8 or 9 sectors in the past to be able to focus on and identify challenges themselves, which they think would be valid in that particular sector. And we had a tremendous response. In the last Atl Tinkering Marathon, we had more than 50,000 students participating in the marathon, with more than 8,000 innovations getting created and more than 1,500 innovations submitted to Atal Innovation Mission for our consideration. This year, in 2019, I'm talking of the last financial year, or 2019-20, we adopted a different approach. We thought, why should we give the problems? Why not crowdsource the problem statements from you? So we solicited ideas from you about what are the problems we're solving, because you are the people who are seeing the problems inside out. We wanted the next gen to think and identify problems themselves and be able to solicit. And we created a system of voting in which you yourself voted which of the problems are most relevant for our country and which are not. And this was a fantastic response from everybody. We got more than 4,900 ideas from you as problems to be solved in our country. Now, that's young students from grade 6 to grade 12 identifying problems themselves and saying these are problems worth solving. We had a voting system installed, and by upvoting the problems, we identified 4 areas which were then launched as the innovation challenges. The first area was, how do you enable a sustainable environment and justice in this country? Now imagine this problem. Grade 6 to grade 12 students are thinking about how can we enable a sustainable environment and justice in the country. The second area they said is, the big problem is enabling outcome-driven quality education. These are students demanding. Third was enhancing health and hygiene. And the fourth was ensuring inclusivity and equality for all. Now, I would say these are high-level thinking by young students who have identified that these are the areas in which we want solutions. And so we narrowed upon these 4 areas and asked the students to submit innovations related to that. Even though we had a COVID-19 crisis which has been running from March onwards in our country, a lockdown started on March 22nd. Even though we had all of this, we found a tremendous response from every one of you. We have had more than 1,200 entries finalized and submitted to us. So that means 1,200 innovations have been submitted. But 1,200 innovation means you would have had at least 10 innovations from every school, out of which they selected the best and submitted their best. We have 5,100 schools, like I said, which are operational with adult tinkering labs. So a tremendous amount of innovations projects were kicked off because of this adult tinkering challenge. Now, today we have come to a stage where we will be announcing towards the latter part of the program the winners of these 1,200 plus entries that we have got. But all of this initiative has been possible only because of our partnerships with various governmental as well as private sector and non-governmental agencies. One very important partner has been MyGov. MyGov this time partnered with Atl Innovation Mission, and the entire challenge was launched on their platform. And there was a very strong synergy between what Atl Innovation Mission is doing and MyGov. And Abhishek Singh, who is the CEO of MyGov and who has been instrumental for many challenges that are being launched in the country today. Not only have we launched the Atl Tinkering Challenge along with MyGov, but as you may be aware, the Bharat App Innovation Challenge has been launched by MeitY and MyGov in partnership with Atl Innovation Mission now. And also the Shri Shakti Challenge for Women has been launched by MyGov. That's a great platform on which we are able to attract some of the young, brightest minds in the country to be able to respond to these challenges. I would like Sri Abhishek Singh ji to talk a little bit about his own views on how important such challenges are in a young student's world, and also to share his vision about what India needs from its demographic dividend that we talk about in the future. Over to you, Abhishek Singh ji, for your comments and your thoughts on this particular occasion.
Thank you, Dr. Ramanan, and I must congratulate Atl Innovation Mission and your entire team behind it. and all your partners, all the schools, all the Atal Tinkering Labs, all the students who took part in this whole endeavor. It's all right. It's right that 150 of you will be awarded today, but I must congratulate each and every one of you who has either taken part at any stage of this whole ATL Marathon, as was called, because it's not only about winning the marathon. Running the marathon is as important as winning it. And those of you who contributed in ideating, those of you who contributed in voting for the right challenges, led to igniting some minds to think for the solutions. So every step in this whole innovation process is very important, as was explained by Dr. Ramanathan. And as we all know, Atal Innovation Mission has been at the forefront of creating a culture of innovation and incubating ideas into prototypes and into products. So that is a big role that Atal Innovation Mission is playing. And MyGov has been partnering with Atal Innovation Mission primarily to expand the work they are doing to every nook and corner of the country, letting every child know about this whole campaign. I still remember when we had launched this campaign last year in the month of November, we had done a similar session on, I think it was on Facebook and WhatsApp Live, in which we had interacted with the students. And that time also there were certain questions that had come from the students, which said that that I want to take part in the ATL Marathon, but my school is not a Atal Tinkering Lab. And that time I remember Dr. Ramanathan has said that in case your school is not a ATL school, still you could take part in this whole contest by using the ID of the nearest school, and the instructions were sent across the country. So this whole approach shows that it's not only about Atal Tinkering Lab. It's more about innovation. It's more about capturing the young minds, capturing the young ideas which exist in young minds, and this whole spirit of inquiry, this whole spirit of thinking what we need to do. So very often, what happens in the societal system that we look in, the most easiest and the commonest way to do is that find out the faults. This is not working, that is wrong, education system is wrong, there is pollution, there is health facilities, there is garbage in the cities, the environment is getting degraded, global warming. We all know the problems. But what can we do to find the solutions? What can we do to find sources which can help us equipped with skills and knowledge to find solutions to the problems that we face in day-to-day life? So that is what Atal Tinkering Lab does. That is what Atal Innovation Mission does. And that is what we partner with in order to ensure that this endeavor of Atal Tinkering Labs and Atal Innovation Mission goes to every school in our country. I also remember, in fact, another example that I would like to give. Like we had done this Ideate for India campaign last year in partnership with Intel, and we found that there was like a lot of, it was primarily driven on AI and artificial intelligence, thinking how artificial intelligence and how technology can be used to build solutions for day-to-day problems, various aspects of technology. And then when the top 50 students were awarded in a function in Delhi last year, we found that many of the students, in fact, bulk of the students were from ATL schools. It also showed the kind of seeds that the ATL project has shown in the schools, the students, and making them think innovatively, making them think for solutions, and making them find solutions for the problems that we face. And a couple of entries that were there, which really attracted my attention, was that one kid had made a walking stick, which had a kind of a sensor attached to it. And whenever the stick would fall, it will send a text message to a mobile number that was associated with that stick. And I was impressed, why did you make this? What was the concept? Why did you think of this? Then this child says that his grandfather is suffering with Alzheimer's and he very often falls. So he thought of this solution in order to ensure that whenever his grandfather has a fall, his parents will get alerted and somebody will come and give him help. So this is what is ideation. This is what thinking of a practical application of technology, and this is what thinking simple but trying to make something which becomes useful. Another child in that same exhibition had a ambulance with a camera mounted on it, and what she said that this girl from, I think, Bilaspur, class 9th student, and she says that like I have a camera on my ambulance, and what happens is that if the ambulance comes to a traffic signal and the traffic light is red, then the camera senses that and sends a message to the control room, which will immediately turn the traffic light to green. And then she had a working prototype which demonstrated the whole thing. So again, Think of it, the young minds thinking of solutions that we all face. This is what is the spirit of inquiry. This is what we do. So we are trying to do, and under the leadership of our Prime Minister, we must have heard about the Atmanirbhar Bharat App Innovation Challenge. What it tries to do is tries to give a platform, these innovation challenges, of people who might not be running a business, who might not have any experience, but they have a zeal in them to think of a solution, suggest a solution, and work a way to be mentored by guides, to mentored by people, and be able to build a solution which can scale up and which can be used, rolled out, and which can benefit a large number of people. So that is the whole objective about this. This whole campaign, when we look at the four problem areas identified, it's education, it's equality and inclusivity, it's environment, justice, health, hygiene. All these four aspects are so very relevant, and it captures almost the entire domain that we work in the government for, in the various stages, like whether it was the identifying the problem, shortlisting of the problem, or researching and ideating for the problem, and then submitting it as a techno art solution or to a science and technology solution, and then the last stage of almost 1298 solutions which got shortlisted even during the COVID times. It's indeed very, very commendable. To each one of you who have taken part in this contest is actually a winner. I congratulate you. And those of you who get selected in 150. It's a time to cheer. It's a time to celebrate your success. But at the same time, we in the government, whether it's MyGov or whether it's Atl Tinkering Lab, will keep on looking at those of you who did not make it to the 150 also, because you have in you who have come this far. And I am sure with your approach to solving problems, your approach to ideating, your approach to thinking what can help society in general, you will tomorrow come up with solutions which might be better than these 150 also. So I once again congratulate Atal Innovation Mission and hope that together we are able to keep this partnership alive, and we are able to work together towards igniting young minds and bringing together solutions that will help us, our country, in the long run. Thank you once again, and congratulations to all the winners.
Thank you, Abhishek ji, for the sharing those wonderful thoughts and sentiments and the encouragement. Indeed, as you said, everybody is a winner. The moment you have launched on your innovation journey, you are a winner. President Abdul Kalam said, in an innovator's life, there is no word called fail. There is only first attempt in learning. That's what the word fail is all about. So you only have successes or you have a first attempt in learning. And when you join the innovation bandwagon, you become a learner for life. You learn to learn. And this is one of the things that we have been trying to teach in Atal Tinkering Labs to all the students. And also you brought out the very important fact that this was not only open to the students in the tinkering labs, but it was also open to all the neighboring schools. Anybody who didn't have an adult tinkering lab could participate in it. And thirdly, we didn't restrict it this time to only science or technology. We opened it to the art stream, the commerce stream, because innovation is a blend of all of these things. Today, there is no innovation that you can talk about which is just an engineering product. It has to be aesthetic, it has to be user friendly, it has to be robust, it has to be easily usable. All of these elements, and it has to be marketable and it has to be affordable. So, commerce, art, science, engineering, everything blend together in an innovation. So, thank you so much, Abhishek ji. I would now like to introduce Mr. Sandip Patel, General Manager, IBM India and Asia Pacific. And IBM has been a tremendous partner for Atal Innovation Mission from day one in the inception, from the inception of the program, and they have been supporting what we call as the Student Internship Program. Now, this is the first of its kind in IBM itself. So IBM doesn't normally open up to internships until you're in college or you're just about to start working. But for the first time in their history, they opened it up to young students from school who came through this tinkering marathon, so that they get the benefits of an advanced exposure to innovation in their labs in Bangalore. And in the last couple of years that we have been running, this has become better and better, and it has shown a tremendous commitment from IBM and all its employees. They get as excited as the students. And for the students, imagine a young student at grade 6 to grade 12 going and working in one of the world-class companies of the world, like IBM, and getting an exposure to what working in such an environment is all about, and learning. So, Mr. Sandip Patel, you have been also architecting artificial intelligence for good. You have introduced that curriculum in schools along with CBSE. Please tell us your vision for the young students, why they should become innovators, why what is the opportunity for them to become job creators rather than just job seekers, and what is IBM's role in all of this?
Thank you. Thank you so much. So, respected Mr. Ramanan Ramanathan, Mission Director, Atl Innovation Mission, Niti Aayog, Mr. Abhishek Singh, CEO of MyGov, senior officials from Niti Aayog, principals, teachers, my young friends, and fellow IBMers. I want, before I talk about some of the points I wanted to make, I really want to reflect on two things. Something that Abhishek ji said, which is so important, that whilst today is a celebration of all of innovation that people have done, winning the marathon is one thing, but actually running the marathon and having the courage to do that and having the willingness to do that is, I think, a much nobler kind of a sentiment. And I think I actually applaud everyone who has participated in this marathon for that. I think Mr. Abhishek ji said that really well. I think the other point I want to just underscore, something that Mr. Ramanan said, is the whole notion of learn to learn. I think innovation is going to be a currency for all of us in the future. That is the only way that economies, countries, organizations will win in the future. I think that is where the world is going. That is where commerce, industry, everything is going. So having that mindset to innovate and really having the mindset to learn, I think is very critical. I wanted to start with that because I thought those were two very important points that were made earlier. Today's event for me is actually a celebration of innovation, of young achievers, and bringing the Skill India mission to life. The ATL Marathon is an excellent initiative to drive young students towards research, ideation, innovation, and using what we refer to as good tech to benefit the society at large. Because technology, in many respects, is now become the sutradhar in this world that we live in, right? And using that for the greater good, I think is just very commendable. And teaching young minds to innovate and think about that, I think, is a very noble cause. The 150 winning teams being felicitated today have designed unique, replicable models to foster qualitative learning in an inclusive, hygienic, sustainable environment. And according to me, they just simply exemplify Atmanirbharta in spirit and action. So as we think about Atmanirbhar Bharat, to become Atmanirbhar Bharat, you've got to build Atmanirbharta. And where better to build it than in our young students, young population, so that they can start with that mindset and that philosophy in mind. And that is what will make them future leaders. And as Mr. Ramanan said, not job creators, as we continue to build the Atmanirbhar Bharat vision that our Prime Minister has laid out. It also resonates with the vision which is shared by the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. We recently had an interaction with him, with our global CEO Arvind Krishna, where we discussed India's digital roadmap. And our Honorable Prime Minister appreciated the skills initiatives of IBM and expressed the need for greater technology intervention to make India the skill capital of the world. So here again, the stellar work which is being done by the ATL mission and the marathon winners is a promising step in that direction. So my heartiest congratulations to all the young, bright innovators and a huge applause to the teachers, mentors, and above all, the Atl Innovation Mission for envisioning, nurturing, and shaping a future-ready talent pool that we are building through this. This year's theme, witness these students unleash their creativity for a better school environment and design solutions to improve their immediate ecosystem where they learn and thrive. One of the key objectives of this marathon is to seed interest and lay emphasis on the importance of technology in education early on. Do it much early. This is further strengthened with the new education policy that was approved this week. And as technology partners, IBM is committed to support the use of technology for education. We have been doing it for many years, and we will continue to do that. At the heart of IBM's people centric skilling mission is our passion to help solve the world's problems by nurturing an industry trained and industry relevant skilled talent. We acknowledge that this is very critical for students to understand the increasing relevance and the role of technology in our own personal and professional lives. And these days, as we move into this new normal, even more so, especially given the current scenario where technology is, in fact, acting, as I said, the sutradhar or the unifying force, stitching the socioeconomic fabric. Students need to wear dual hats, one as technology consumers, but also as responsible innovators and creators of solutions that actually help the world at large. As students work towards designing innovative solutions to address these key problems, we also get them to deliberate about the ethical implications of technology and really think about how these implications need to be factored into the innovation that they drive. Let me talk a little bit about the IBM internship program that Mr. Ramanan talked about. Since its launch in 2017, it is heartening to witness the marathon evolve into India's largest innovation competition, which sets benchmarks with each passing year. And IBM takes extreme pride in being a part of this innovation story. So when the ATL Marathon sparked this innovation, right, IBM joined hands to co-create the first ever under 18 students internship in India. As Mr. Ramanan said, we don't do this very often, but this actually enabled the students and teachers to experience the power of emerging technologies like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, cloud computing, blockchain, etc., to innovate in India, for India, and the world at IBM's campus in Bangalore, right? So this whole notion of Atmanirbhar Bharat is about how do we innovate in India, for India, and then for the world. And the aim was to inculcate a growth mindset, combining practical hands-on learning. This internship program was designed in collaboration with Niti Aayog for the finalists of the ATL mission with 3 stages of induction, mentoring, and then recognition. So the key focus of the internship was a learning experience with selected students, all under 18, and they were mentored for participation in what we are referring to as the new collar economy that we are moving into. So we've hosted 40 students and 15 teachers from 10 states, which was the first cohort of the under 18 student internships in our Bangalore facility. It was a first of a kind industry tailored learning experience where selected students were mentored for their participation in this new economy. So and throughout this process, what we essentially did is laid emphasis on the practical application of the concepts learned, because that is what I think makes leaders and that's a need of the organizations in the world today, as well as the society at large. The second edition was completed in 2019, and we are all set now to welcome the top 25 ATL Marathon students and project winners for the 2020 edition of the internship. It's going to be the first virtual internship for ATL students, and we are looking forward to it. So look, I just wanted to underscore a couple of other points around our other initiatives. We are deeply invested in India's education value chain, and we strongly believe in fostering a culture of continuous learning and innovation. We've conducted over 40 teacher capacity workshops, 4 days each across 14 states. That's benefited over 10,000 teachers, impacting 130 students across 1,700 ATLs who represented government schools, aided, and private schools. It has also developed the ATL Internet Platform. This is something that IBM has developed, which is a unique mentor platform that offers a Watson-supported cognitive engine that will monitor mentor and for mentor and mentee interactions. It monitors it and aims to support over 4,000 community mentors and approximately 600,000 mentees. The platform has, I believe, it has about 4,800 mentors and 4,655 schools that are on it. So, in conclusion, I will say that look, a thriving and entrepreneurial culture, an enthusiastic young workforce, supportive government initiatives, and growing institutional engagement is building a stable platform for an internationally competitive knowledge economy, and all that here in India. And all of this is happening through the great work that the ATL Innovation Mission is doing. I once again want to congratulate the winners and thank Mr. Ramanan um, and the entire Atl Innovation Mission, our partners, teachers, principals, and dear students for being a part of this journey with IBM. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mrs. Patel, for sharing this wonderful views. And you referred to four very important things from my point of view. One, you said technology is the sutradhar, the change agent. You know, technology is changing the shape of the world. Technology is changing the way we are experiencing the world and the way the world is experiencing us. And it has become affordable, accessible, available, and advanced. And so now, how do we leverage that for reimagining a new world, a post COVID-19 world, as well as coming up with solutions to the various challenges that our country has and the world has. The second thing that you brought to surface was how important it is that we ensure technology happens for good, because technology can be misused or it can be done for good. And you'll be glad to know that we have introduced modules associated with integrity, ethics, leadership, trust, and value systems along with adult tinkering labs. So every student not only has the benefit of training on the technology part of it and how do you solve problems, but also on the ethical part of it and speaking skills and communication skills, which are so vital in the 21st century. The third thing that you referred to was the mentors, and I do want to recognize the tremendous role that IBM has played in enabling this platform. When we started off this initiative, we looked at, yes, teachers have a gap in their knowledge because they are not familiar with the advanced technologies. So also the students. So how do we bridge this gap? And then we solicited, we launched what is called as a Mentors of Change, Mentors India network. We solicited volunteer mentors. And lo and behold, we had 10,000 people registering as mentors, volunteer mentors. And these were from the industry. They were BTechs, masters, PhDs, doctors, researchers, scientists, people from IBM, from Wipro, from TCS, from all the companies. And it was fantastic to see this response. And IBM partnered with us to create this portal, the InnoNet portal, which now enables the mentor-mentee interactions. Subsequently, we have also launched Mentors of Change for our Atal incubators and startups and so on. So there is tremendous focus on the mentors, and I want to compliment and thank every mentor of change in the Atal Innovation Mission Network. Because of you, the gap that we have in technology or problem solving or in domain is being filled. And finally, you also mentioned how the exposure to all of these technologies and innovation at an advanced level has helped the young students through the internship programs. We are very proud of our relationship with you, and we thank you so much for enabling this. With this, one of the very important factors and is that India has 1.3 billion people and 1.4 million schools, but 48% of our country is women and girls. And how do we ensure that our women and our girl children are getting equal opportunity in our country through in this advancement of technology and in the leveraging of technology for livelihoods, entrepreneurship, as well as in education and other areas? So everybody would be delighted to know that in the last marathon, and I'm going to give the statistics of the current marathon later on, but in the last marathon, in the top 100 winners of the innovation, 33% were girl children. 70% of our adult tinkering labs are in girls and co-ed schools. 70% of our adult tinkering labs are also in government and government-aided schools spread across 660 districts. Now, the statistic of 33% of the winners being girls is a fantastic statistic because today we do not still have 50% enrollment of girls in the school. So you actually have a very low much lower, around 35 or 36% enrollment is girls. And in that, to have 33% of the top 100 winners as girls is a fantastic observation from all of us, which augurs very well for the future. Now, why I bring this to particular mention is our next speaker, Rudramuni, from Dell, Vice President R&D, Dell Technologies, has made a special commitment in this tinkering marathon to give the top girl students, to focus on the girl students and the girl winners, and be able to expose them to higher degrees of innovation and entrepreneurship and so on. Dell Technologies has been a tremendous partner for us in our innovation journey. Last year, they sponsored what is known as the Student Entrepreneurship Program. And this program was focused on taking the top 6 innovation teams and converting them into entrepreneurs, not just taking their product and saying, hey, you've done a great job and can we improve this product. They actually took these 6 teams and they converted their innovation into a marketable product, and they walked them through the journey over a period of 9 months. And the students were amazed at what they were able to produce. Their products are now listed in the Amazon store. So, this is showing startups which are coming out from schools. And that is a tremendous beginning for a nation which wants to be the innovative nation of the world. So I'd like Mr. Rudramani to share his views and his thoughts on this particular occasion and the commitment that Dell Technologies brings to the innovation and entrepreneurship sphere of the country.
Thank you. Abhishek ji, Ramanan ji, Sandip ji, ladies, gentlemen, teachers, and surely my dear students. What an wonderful opportunity to represent Dell Tech in such an awesome celebration event. To begin with, my hearty congratulations to all the 150 winners from ATL Marathon 2019. Congratulations on behalf of Dell Technologies also. It is an honor to be part of the celebration. It's surely I'm very, very delighted that Dell Technologies could partner in enabling the ATL Marathon 2019 over the last year. And here is that culmination coming up. I'm sure that it was a marathon over 4 phases of that process, and that marathon is a lot more than end result alone, right? Being a sportsman myself, I know that the journey is a huge learning by itself, and win or lose is matters, but the learning stays for the rest of the life, especially rest of the professional life, if we are going to pursue that, right? Now, there is always a great ending to the hard work and smart work. All the winners have a great opportunity in the coming year also, right? And this is not the end of that marathon, and the journey starts now in the way, especially the young boys and girls who want to pursue their ideas and take it to the fruits where they want to productize it. Dell has always believed in harnessing the power of technology for the greater good. Driven by technology, inspired by innovation, Dell started conversations about making our country's youth ready for the future and for a brighter India. Dell has consistently collaborated with Government of India to foster and nurture innovative mindsets amongst the youth and the teachers of India. This partnership has actually led to this implementation of this prestigious Atl Tinkering Lab, ATL labs, in 100 government schools. And we are actually very, very proud of having that partnership and enabling that. As part of our Dell's global efforts to support innovation to enable the human progress, 3 community tinkering hubs were also launched in partnership with Atal Innovation Mission. Together with employees, I'm talking about my own employees or my own team members. Together with employees, we make a meaningful contribution to our society and the community. I'm part of a Dell's R&D in Bangalore. Engineers in my organization really enjoy nurturing those new ideas from youngsters and ability and an opportunity to productize them. Abhishek ji provided multiple ideas from students and their ability to solve the problems as examples through the solutions, through their creative solutions, right? My engineers in R&D actually relive their student life when they are coaching and mentoring these students. Some of those engineers in their student life, probably 15 years back, 20 years back, did not get the similar opportunity, but now they are able to relive their student life through the eyes and ears of and the minds of these youngsters. We thoroughly enjoyed the volunteering as mentors and coaches in guiding these students. The strategy focused on understanding the key problems that impact the education of youngsters in India. The student entrepreneurship program that was mentioned serves as a catalyst and helps to accelerate the entrepreneurial journey of 20 young innovators and the mentoring and creating the new innovative India. More recently, Dell collaborated with ATL. This was to enhance the new skills, new age skills, the so-called, amongst the children and the youth. The platform drives the creativity among the students by enabling them to become game developers than just being game players. Multiple times, Ramananji mentioned that are we the job seekers or are we the job creators? And this is the beginning in the student in that young age. Are we playing the game? Are we developing the game? Right. So that's the intent of having such a platform, which actually drives them to think a little bit different while enjoying the game. No doubt about that. That has been opened up for whole student community from 6th grade onwards, setting an impact of almost 6 million students across the nation. The current situation of COVID-19 is a global challenge. We are all living through it right now. Technology looks at every challenge as an opportunity through the lenses that we believe as 3 lenses, which is purpose, passion, and progress. When we look through these, there is this initiative, Tinker from Home. It's launched by Atl Innovation Mission, again, in collaboration with Dell. It has a series of webinars and handholding sessions to encourage the students, teachers, and youth to tinker from home, which is the difference and then what we have done, say, last year. In alignment to the same line of thinking, a game submission contest was also launched, through which we got almost 900 plus games participation over 1,000 plus schools. This is across the nation, right? This year, Dell Technologies aims to motivate the girl innovators and give them a chance to be an agent of change. And we worldwide, as Dell, we truly believe in the diversity, and we have several programs across the whole globe where we are driving certain programs to create this innovative mind, as well as have more and more participation across the diverse, especially the gender diversity. The purpose is involving girls in creating a paradigm shift in the minds of their peers, educators, and the communities by demonstrating the value of investing in girl empowerment. The program will be announced soon. We look forward to collaborate in that context with Atl Innovation Mission in contributing our bit in creating the budding innovators, and budding girl innovators. That's the key that we are going after. Fantastic, Ramananji, to hear that 30+% is the girl students who are actually the winners. And amongst the population of the students, that they have 33% is a fantastic percentage to look for. And really, from Dell Tech, we are looking forward to participate again through the Atl Innovation Mission, which is more to do with the budding girl innovators. At the end, on behalf of Dell Technologies, again, congratulations once again to all the winners. Thank you for the opportunity to participate. Thank you once again to everybody. Ramanan ji, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Rudramuni, and we tremendously appreciate the partnership with Dell. The game development modules that we launched during the COVID-19 crisis has had tremendous resonance with the young students. We have launched 2 modules, as you are aware, the beginners module as well as the intermediate module, and both have been very enthusiastically received. Also, all the other initiatives related to, you have adopted more than 100 tinkering labs, and the work that is going on because of this adoption and the superior innovation that is coming out from all of these schools is indeed a testimony of the value that such partnerships bring to Atal Innovation Mission and to the young students. I want to thank you and your team, led by Archana, for having participated so wholeheartedly and continuing to enthusiastically participate in all these initiatives. Now, any innovation is all about creativity. And there is no better word synonymous with creativity than Adobe. You have Adobe, we have Shanmugh Natarjan, who is the Vice President of um, let me make sure, yes, Vice President of the Creative Cloud Products at Adobe India. And Mr. Natarjan has been a great supporter of the Atal Innovation Mission, and he and his team, led by Garima Babbar. And it has been a tremendous partnership where not only have we focused, not only have they also adopted several tinkering labs across the country, but they have been instrumental in launching some very crucial programs and enabling their Adobe products to be made available to schools all across the country. In fact, we launched a program recently on digital creativity and skills, not for the students alone, but also for the teachers and the mentors. And this was tremendously received. People get a certificate at the end of the program, and we were pleasantly surprised that at the increasing number of participants who have been demanding that they want to get further access to this program. Now, all of these partnerships tell one thing, and that is, in order to be able to innovate, you also need to be able to express it. Without the power of expression, without the power of articulation of a problem, and without using digital tools which empower you to do that, you would not be able to tell the story, and you will not be able to inspire others. But I would ask Mr. Shanmugh Natarajan to elaborate on how Adobe is playing its role in stimulating creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship in the young students of India and across the world. Over to you, Mr. Shanmugh Natarajan.
Yep. Thank you, Dr. Ramanan, and I'll try to keep it short. I know we are running a little bit late, and there's a whole bunch of people, and we have to eventually get to the golden moment of acknowledging the 1,200 plus people, students who participated in this, and rewarding their journey, and taking the next set of 150 people through the next set of processes. Thank you for the opportunity. And Ramanan, Dr. Ramanan, your voice comes through with so much passion, and thank you for leading this, as everybody else mentioned. And same to you, Mr. Abhishek Singh ji, and the tremendous platform and all the other initiatives which has come through from the MyGov department has been fantastic. So thanks for a wonderful partnership between both of you, and for bringing all of us in, whether it's IBM, whether it's Dell, whether it's Adobe, and a lot more of the companies. And we are very, very happy to participate in this process. And let me go directly to the students first. Congratulations, as the leader from Dell, Rudramuni, said, it is the journey which is important, and I can tell you with experience, it is a journey which is always the most important one. You will remember so many things about the journey later on in your life than the destination. So all the 1,298 people who went through this journey, you're going to go through multiple journeys in your life, where some of them will be fantastic, some of them you will learn a ton from, and there is nothing called failure. So it's always a learning experience, and then you will find your passion, you will find your target, and even that can change after a little while. So enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. And I was so happy when Dr. Ramanan said that, look, this time it was not just for technology or engineering or AI or IoT alone. We wanted to include the arts students. We wanted to include the other students. And Adobe at the core is a software company. We are involved in Creative Cloud, which is a big identity for us. People, all of you students, would have heard about Acrobat to PDF to Photoshop to Premiere, all the video creating tools, to the blogging tools, to Adobe Spark, to everything else. We are a software company. We have the creative side, we have the document side in Acrobat, and we have the huge digital experience business, which we are constantly involved throughout the world, including India, on the digital transformation, which is currently happening. But creativity is the core of what we do, and I'm so happy that we are looking at it at a very broad level. And I'm so happy that when the 150 of you get to the next level, that we can adopt a few of you, or even all of you, to take you through on how to express it. Because in our opinion, which we strongly believe, Shantanu Narayan, who's the CEO of Adobe, constantly says this. He says everyone has a story to tell, and that is definitely true for the students. Everybody has got a story to tell. And so whether it is the sensor in the walking stick, and it is about the taking care of the granddad and informing the parents, or it is for the traffic light problem, or if it is a creative problem, everybody has to express it in a right way, so that it is the message is communicated. And this audience of students, and I know the teachers are also participating, I don't have to, for this generation, I don't have to talk much about creativity, since you guys are probably already well versed with some of the social media creativity, in terms of Facebook to Instagram to TikTok to whatnot, and all the art forms which come with it. It is amazing to see so much creativity. All of you, whether you are job seekers or job creators, we want both of them, and we want you to enjoy your life. We want you to be creative. We want you to express, whether you are a student in school, whether you're a student in the university, whether you're going to work for a company, whether you're going to work for the government to move things for a larger society, or you're going to create a company by your own in whatever area, or you're going to be a doctor. There will always be a time where people who have an ability to communicate better, whether it's through a photograph, whether it is through writing, whether it is through a video, whether it is through a blog post, whether it is through on stage, whatever it is, we are there to help you. And I love the fact that this is all about the next stage is all set for unleashing the creativity, so that you can better the environment for the school system around you, with all of that stuff. So we are happy to participate in this. We are happy to help you. Even the 150 students or the other 1298 students, teams which has gone through it, we are there for you. Our tools will be available, and I'm so happy that you have reached and you have traveled this journey. And some of you will get to go a little bit further. The rest of you will learn a ton from all of this stuff. So Adobe is there from a creative perspective, from a technology perspective, and we want to encourage that entrepreneurship, the encourage to find your happiness in all of these things. And to close, I would love to just call out a couple of things. As Dr. Ramanan said, the work which we have been doing with the Atl Innovation Mission, whether it is rolling out a product called Adobe Spark, and all of you students will get to hear about it very quickly. In addition to Photoshop and Acrobat and Premiere and Illustrator and InDesign, you're going to hear something about Adobe Spark, which gives it at the level which you need in terms of expressing your creativity. That we have been working with the ATL in terms of rolling it out to hundreds of schools. And during these unprecedented times, the education team in India, as Dr. Ramanan said, we have rolled out the entire Creative Cloud, the training of it, the webinars through the COVID times, through online programming to 5,000 plus teachers in the whole system. And we have a thing called Adobe Creative Educator, where we are strengthening the partnership, and that is a new program which we're going to roll out for all the mentors of the ATL system. And we also, the biggest thing which I'm very proud of is, very recently, and some of you students might have heard about this, we had done an Adobe Creativity Challenge, along with with the Shantanu Narayan, who's the CEO. And with the last time when we met Prime Minister Modi, he said, what can Adobe do for the Gandhi 150th birth centenary? And we rolled out a creativity challenge nationwide across all the CBSE schools. And we awarded about 23 different people from different areas across India who contributed creatively in terms of expressing their thoughts, their publishings, their photographs, their drawings and whatnot. And we selected 23, and it was awarded by our CEO and the CBSE head. And all of them are getting certificates to prizes, to trips to the US to visit our Adobe US San Jose office. We are very, very proud of that. And we are going to roll out even a much larger scenario associated with the Creativity Challenge nationwide for the students. So look forward to it. With that, best of luck. We are there with you. We want to help you communicate it in a very expressive way, which only your heart, your mind can do very well. Whether it's a technology problem, it is a science problem, whether it's an arts problem, whether it's a social problem, we are there. So welcome and thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Natarjan, for that very inspirational address. And like you said, and as you referred to Mr. Shantanu Narayan's quoted statement, everyone has a story to tell, and that is the important thing. How do you tell your story? And any innovation is a great story. Your journey of that innovation itself is a great story. Your articulation of a problem, your identification of a problem, and expressing it creatively is also a great story. So you have to be able to express it. And today it has become possible because of the latest tools that Adobe and creativity tools that you have mentioned. These all make it possible to represent your idea not just by words but by pictures, by videos, by images, by a collage of a combination of all of these things. And you have tools which are just plug and play tools, and therefore when you master these tools and use them, your power of innovation multiplies that many number of times, and your ability to impress somebody with your idea, because your idea has to be understood by someone, and if they don't understand it, they won't be able to absorb it, and it will not find fruition. So we want it to find fruition, and therefore these tools are very important. Thank you so much for partnering with us, and we look forward to a continued partnership in all of these areas that you have mentioned. Now, one of the big contributors in our in our partnership and in the furtherance of the Atal Tinkering Marathon winners' journey has been our Atal incubators. And 17 incubators last time ran student entrepreneurship programs for a period of 8 to 10 days, followed by hand holding the young students into creating their initial prototype into a product that they could demonstrate and they could potentially even use or market. And I want to thank all our Atal incubators. We have more than 70, close to 70 incubators today operational. Last time, 17 of them participated. This year, I'm sure many more will participate. But I'm especially pleased to invite Ms. Rama Devi, who is the CEO of one of the few women-led incubators in our country, and that is called ALEAP. And ALEAP fosters women-led startups. And that is what the opportunity for every girl child is. You have to become an entrepreneur. You should become a job creator. You should have your own startup. And it is very much possible for the young generation of girls to aspire for such a dream. I would like Rama Devi to share her few thoughts on this occasion and her commitment to this particular cause.
Thank you, Ramanan sir. This is a great opportunity for ALEAP to address this gathering today. Let me congratulate the 150 winners of this program. I think, as you mentioned, 33% are women. I feel very delighted to hear this because we need our place. And through this student innovation program, we are part of it, and we have hosted 11 students from different states like Karnataka, Orissa, and also from Himachal Pradesh. The people, I mean, the students came and stayed with us. Really, it's a wonderful experience for technical people and also mentors, because they came up with a lot of innovative ideas. Really, I know I should congratulate Sir Ramanan sir, because this Atl Tinkering Labs is a sea change in our country, because the stereotype education has changed to practical type of education. Often I used to feel, in fact, yesterday, 2 days back, we had a group of ministers meeting where they were talking about education system and skill development and other aspects. I mean, we are not teaching students with the heart in it. It's only they are not emotionally involved in the study part of it. But once you started these tinkering labs and I mean, their ideas are generated and they have a heart in their work. Now they want to do, they want to create, they want to change the world. This is what is result of your mission. And I feel that whole team requires a big I mean, what I can say is you are really changing our country, sir. That's what I can say. I can also say this is what we need to give to the country, because we are all become, I mean, we are not trendsetters, but the young generation are trendsetters and change makers. They came forward. They have ideas. Ideas generate, and it is all of. I mean, the speakers spoke so much about creativity. Sir, creativity is the essence of life. Without creativity, there's no life. So you are creating a platform, and let me congratulate Atl Incubation Mission for this, and we are very proud to be part of this. And another small thing I want to add on here, sir, it's not only IBM, Dell, and other big, giants. We need to involve even manufacturing sector like Godrej and other ITC, these kind of giants also to be involved, so that we can have variety of innovations happening with youngsters. I feel that more involvement of corporate sector is required to handhold and support. And our Atal Incubation Mission is always ready to take more students and give them the manufacturing experience, not only virtual but also practical also. And making us a part of this whole tinkering labs endeavors and their as a jury also. We thank you, sir, and we thank the dignitaries who are here. I congratulate each one of them to be, because they are part of this wonderful program. What we call giving back to the country is this. This is Vande Mataram, according to me, giving back to your country. So thank you, and I congratulate students who are here today. Thank you.
Thank you, Rama Devi, for those wonderful words. And as you said, creativity is the essence of life, and all of us are creative by nature. How do we ensure that we express that creativity through our ideas, through our imagination, convert them into innovations, convert them into products, and convert them into companies? That is the opportunity. And we are also a country with a tremendous, as the Honorable Prime Minister said, one of the Atmanirbhar Bharat pillars is the pillar of demand. We have 1.3 billion people who need a lot of things. We need to ensure that access to healthcare, access to education, access to affordable housing, access to clean drinking water and sanitation, access to various smart tools for you to be able to use. Everything should be possible in our country, and that is the opportunity in front of you. And I'm sure with your creativity and with your innovation, all of these things will happen. I'd just like now Snehal Shetty from Amrita TBI. He is the Chief Operating Officer. Amrita TBI has also been a very strong partner to Atal Innovation Mission, supporting Atal Tinkering Lab and Atal Tinkering Marathon winners. Snehal, I know we are running short of time, but I'd like your few words on this particular occasion and share your experience of how Atal Incubator at Amrita TBI has been helping the young innovators.
Thank you, Ram. A warm welcome and hearty congratulations to the top teams. It's such a privilege, as other speakers said, to be one of the best innovators in India, and getting this opportunity at such a young age is even rarer. Amrita Technology Business Incubator is an established incubation center under the prestigious AIM program. We have been privileged to be associated with the Atal Tinkering Program as a mentor incubator over the past 2 years. Our journey has been great, and even greater has been the school student teams that were assigned to us. In the first year of the program, we mentored 2 school teams, and last year we mentored 4 school teams. Thanks to the mentors at Amrita TBI and the technical labs and professors at Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, we could help transfer the student ideas into improvised prototypes using design thinking processes and structured it to a business model. The top winning teams, Delhi Public School, Hyderabad, built an innovative moisture sensor solution, while the Cardinal School from Kerala built a smart water filter to convert salt water or saline water into drinking water for coastal regions. Both teams won top awards, and last year's team had the opportunity to present their prototype to the Honorable President of India. Thanks to the great initiative by Mr. Ramanan, their ever-encouraging and inspiring AIM team, we are truly seeing a great transformation at the grassroots level, not only in cities, but also across remote parts of the country. I'd like to again congratulate the winning teams. We have a great journey ahead, as other speakers said, and in transforming our India to Bharat. Thank you.
Thank you, Snehal, and thank you for the tremendous support that the Amrita TBI has been given to the Atal Innovation Mission. And of course, you are performing wonderfully as an incubator yourself. You have some world-class startup potential with potential for world-class startups already there. Some of your startups are doing a fantastic job, and I'm sure Amrita TPI is going to produce some global change makers in the world. Now, none of this would have been possible. I know while all our partners have made all this happen, none of this would have been possible without my young team from Atal Innovation Mission working tirelessly, many times after office hours, many times on the weekends to make all this happen. And I want to, at this point in time, thank the entire Atal Innovation Mission team. You see, we are a small team, even though we are trying to do many things. It's just a team of 20 young people. But these 20 young people are very energetic, very enthusiastic, very passionate about what they want to do, and their commitment is unbelievable. So I would like a special thanks to be conveyed. Of course, Dr. Ayesha Chaudhary was leading Atal Tinkering Lab, but she has now moved on to out of Atal Innovation Mission into newer pastures and newer areas of focus. So she is no longer with Atl Innovation Mission, but I would like to thank her for being a very integral part of all the initiatives up till this point in time. Also, Ronak, who is heading now the operations management of Atal Innovation, Atal Tinkering Labs, along with the team, Himanshi, who supports him in mentoring, Naba Sarur, we have Vishnu Priya. I'm hoping that all the names are here. Swati, they are all part of the core team. But then we also have people like Manglesh, Saksham, Ronak, Shashank, and all of these people who have helped us in at various stages. In fact, believe me, whenever there is an adult tinkering related event, the entire team gets together and puts their best foot forward. So I want to thank them all for their contribution. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to wait anymore for the unveiling of the winners. What I want to share, however, are two things before we do that. Number one, every one of you is a winner. Every one of you is a winner. So I do not want anyone to think that they did not win a particular, they were not in the top 150 or whatever. It has been a very difficult thing for us to be able to choose from. Many of you are having potential for becoming products in the market. So you should continue your journey and don't think that you are not a winner. You are already a winner. You are on the innovation path. It's an irreversible path. It's a path on which you are going to do better and better as the years go by. So stick to it. And I want to applaud and congratulate every one of you. Also, I want to reveal another thing. This time, we have 45% of our winners as girl children. Now, how is that? That is a fantastic observation in this particular Atal Tinkering Marathon. And I want to compliment all the girl children who have participated, the girl students who have participated. You are making us very proud. This is what inclusivity is all about. This is what we wanted to achieve. We want to achieve a 50% plus of girl students next time, but we are very close to that, and therefore it is fantastic. The third thing is we have winners from all the 29 states. Now that is again wonderful. That means the innovation is not getting limited only to a few metropolitan areas, to a few cities. It is widespread. Innovation and the talent that we have is across the country. It doesn't matter whether you are from tier 1, tier 2, tier 3 cities, or you're from the rural districts or the coastal districts of the country. We have winners from everywhere. And that is, again, one of the most encouraging things. And now I'd like Ronak to unveil the list of winners. All of them will be displayed on the website. Ronak, you would like to take charge of this and inform everybody.
Sure, sir. First of all, to all the dignitaries, thank you so much for your time. And now it's time to actually show you the list. With the blessings of Mr. Ramanan, Mr. Abhishek Singh, Mr. Rudramuni, Mr. Sandip Patel, Mr. Natarjan, I would like to announce the winners of the ATL Marathon. So, you just have to log on to the AIM website, aim.gov.in. And voila, we have the ATL Marathon results banner live on AIM website. It's very simple. You just have to click on this and you will be redirected to the top 150 teams of ATL Marathon. We congratulate each and every one of you for your amazing innovative journey. Over to you, Ramanan sir.
So once again, heartiest congratulations to all the 150 teams who are listed out here. Since it is a large number, I'm not going to read out all the names. Last time I did that, that itself took 1.5 hours for me to complete. So this time I'm leaving you all to see it on the website. But like I said, this is just the beginning. And every one of you has participated. We are giving opportunities. In fact, all your innovations, we want to be displaying, whether it is from this 150 or others, we'll be displaying it on our websites. We'll be tweeting about it. We'll be talking about it. We'll be giving you a number of other platforms to get the exposure it deserves. I also want to thank all our partners. Our partners are going to now help us in the next step of this 150 teams getting exposure to advanced levels of innovation, entrepreneurship, what it means to become an entrepreneur, what it means to become a true product developer. The innovation journey has just begun. You have created from a problem statement that you have identified, you have done the necessary research, you have ideated, you have created an innovation. Now how do you convert that innovation into a marketable product or into a deployable product? That journey is about to begin. And so we compliment every one of you and ask you to continue remain inspired on this journey. Your learning has just begun, like I said, and we are having high expectations out of every one of you young students who are on this call, whether you are among the top 150 or not. I want to thank once again all our partners. I want to thank Abhishek Singh ji. Abhishek Singh ji, a few words from you on this 150 list and the fact that 45% of them are girl winners.
I congratulate all the winners, and in fact, I was going through the list, and I was happy to note that almost all, even smaller cities, have been represented. There are entries from the northeast, there are entries from Kodappa, there are entries from very small cities, and all 29 states being represented. I think Andhra Pradesh and a few states are leading. So when when MyGov team was trying to write a blog for announcing the results on the MyGov portal, the entire team was so excited. And the team was saying that so many girl students have all girl teams have done well. And then one of my team members VC call said that, no, not only that, the all girl members, there are several mixed teams, and there also the girls have played a big role. So I congratulate all the girl winners, and it was very heartening to see the partners, especially Dell and IBM, coming up to support this kind of innovations. It's really very praiseworthy, and I am sure will be the incubation cycle that will start. And later on, these are the young minds who will go ahead and build up the tech giants that we will be seeing in the next few years to come. So congratulations all the winners, and thank you Atal Innovation Mission. I must also make a mention of my team back in MyGov, Shilpi and company, who have been working very hard with the team members of the Atal Innovation Mission to make this happen. So congratulations once again, and thank you all the partners for helping Atal Innovation Mission realize its innovation journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek ji. And as you rightly said, a big congratulations to your team for working so closely with the Atl Innovation Mission team and making all this happen. And like you said, we are going to see the tech giants of tomorrow come from India, and it is going to come from these innovators who have participated in all these ideation and innovation. Rudramuni, Mr. Rudramuni, any comments from you on this? We'd be very happy to have a comment or two from you, and also from IBM or Adobe or the others who are there.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. Surely it is heartening, like Abhishek ji said, there's so many girl students, such a huge percentage, so well aligned with what we are thinking about, having a very, very focused program on upcoming innovators as an exclusive program for some of the winners, right? So very, very happy to hear that, and we have been always proud, and we continue to be proud of partnering with the Atal Innovation Mission. Thank you for the opportunity to serve the country through this way. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Anybody from Dell and from IBM and from Adobe? Sorry, from IBM and Adobe. Okay.
Yeah, Mr. Ramanan, thank you so much. Well, it's a great honor to be to be able to mentor these students, and we are really looking forward to these 25 teams to be onboarded, and all our employees, as committed by our vice president, to be there and be in that support. And thank you for giving us that opportunity.
Thank you, Garima. And Ashish, are you there? I can see your.
Yes, hi, good evening, sir. I'm there. Thank you so much. It's a fantastic opportunity, and as Sandip said, that IBM is committed, working along with the Atal Innovation Mission. We are proud to be one of the first partners with AIM, sir, and we look forward to continuing our long-term relationship. Students, young innovators are very key to the new collar economy, as Sandip had highlighted, and we are committed to supporting that going forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashish. IBM has indeed been a great partner. And with that, all I want to say is to all the young students, I just want to recall what Abdul Kalam said: dream big and you'll achieve great things. Dream small and you'll be limited by your own dreams. So I want every one of you to dream big and have belief in yourself. As Swami Vivekananda said, if you have a belief in 1,000 gods and goddesses but do not have belief in yourself, you are doomed. So we want you to have belief in yourself, your innovative capability, your creativity, your drive for entrepreneurship, and you will succeed. Thank you so much for participating in this Atal Tinkering Marathon. Thank you for being part of the Atal Innovation Mission family and for supporting all the initiatives along with MyGov, Methi, and all the other government initiatives that are going on. This is going to create a new India, the India of our dreams. Good night and all the very best, and be safe.
Good night and thank you.
Thank you, Abhishek.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.